Welcome back to the Embryoga series. Today, this is the 5th class in our series, and we're going to talk about sacral chakra energy. And we have the lovely Chandra here again today, who was with us for throat chakra, which is really great because the throat chakra and the sacral chakra have a lot of similar qualities. So she's back with us to help us focus on the sacral chakra energy today. Do you mind introducing yourself again, just in case we have newbies out there?
I'm Chandra, and I'm 34 weeks pregnant today, and this is my first baby. I have 2 step boys, but they did not come out of me.
Great. Thanks so much for being here again, Chandra.
Yeah, thank you.
So what we're going to do today is first start with our just what we're talking about as far as sacral chakra, and then we'll move into our flow, and then of course end with a little meditation. So when we're talking about the sacral chakra, it's really derived from 2 Sanskrit words, sva and isthana. So the Sanskrit word for sacral is svadhisthana. You can say that, if you can try and say that if you want to. But basically that means one's own abode or the seat. So literally, physically, it's associated with the pelvic bowl, the low belly, the sacrum, and the hips, associated with the adrenals and the kidneys. And this energy center is the storehouse of basic emotion and our physical expression of emotions. This is the center of creativity on a purely physical level, literally the creation of life in the womb. It's the hara, or the home, or the center of your body, and it's literally the center of gravity, and also the first home on earth for all of us as we enter this physical realm. Associated with the element of water, the main energy of this chakra, especially during labor and birth, is the ability to go with the flow and adapt to change, the ability to let go of your perceived control over things, and your ability to go with the flow with ease and grace are super essential for birth, for you and your baby. Your baby's head needs to navigate through the pelvic structures and birth canal in accordance with your movements, actually adapting his or her head to fit by molding. You have no control over the birth process, and the more you can let the home of your physical body take over, the easier it will be to flow through labor with peace and equanimity. During labor, your baby's head needs to navigate through the pelvic structures and birth canal in accordance with your movements, actually adapting his or her head to fit by molding. You have no control over the birth process, and the more you can let the home of your physical body take over, the easier it will be to flow through labor with peace and equanimity. Just like the waters of the earth adapt and change easily from one form to another, ice, snow, splashing streams, flowing rivers, ponds, lakes, vapor, steam, clouds, rain, oceans, so you can learn to let your body and mind adapt easily to the changes required during pregnancy, labor, birth, and parenting. Water can be powerful and scary, like torrential rains and ocean waves, or it can be still and quiet, creating a perfect reflection. So bring your awareness to your pelvic bowl and put your hands in the sacral chakra mudra. Basically, the left hand is going to be cupped in the right hand and the thumbs gently touching. So let the sternum lift gently and the shoulders relax, crown of the head moving up towards the ceiling. And you're just going to begin to breathe deeply into the low belly, as if you could fill the pelvic bowl with each breath. Bring your awareness to your baby growing in your womb. And imagine a soft orange light filling the pelvis from pubic bone to sacrum and from hip to hip, filling your womb with each breath, creating spaciousness in all those little connections of the pelvis, space for your baby to grow, and space for your baby to maneuver to get into the position that's perfect for birth. So breathe deeply into the womb, into the low belly. Maybe 3 more breaths like this. letting the shoulders relax. And maybe repeating this affirmation to yourself. I adapt easily with grace to any situation. I adapt easily with grace to any situation. As you breathe, imagine undulating with the breath as if your breath were the waves of a gentle ocean swell. So we're just going to have this image of water as we move through our flow today. And we're going to move as if you're moving through water, just really focusing on riding the waves of your breath with each move. Maybe one more nice deep breath into the belly. And then releasing the mudra, go ahead and take your hands just to your thighs. And we're going to begin to move the torso in nice big circles. So you're going to inhale as you come forward and exhale as you move back. So really just move in a way that feels really good and juicy to your body. Once again, bringing that imagery of moving through water. Imagining your baby in your belly, just kind of floating along with you as you make these rotations of the torso. And then we're going to pause here and move in the other direction. So inhale and exhale, maybe even adding a little bit of kind of cat-cow motion through the rib cage here as we circle. You can even let your head become involved. So just letting the neck rotate in a way that also feels good. Inhaling and exhaling, really just riding the waves of the breath here. And exhale one more time around. Inhale. And exhale and come to stillness. Once again, just bringing that awareness of a soft orange light in the womb. Just kind of filling the pelvic bowl, creating space in the pelvis for your baby to grow and for your baby to maneuver and be born. Inhale and exhale, and let's just come to hands and knees now. So gently making your way to hands and knees. And just for when we get to lunging, we're going to have these blocks available for you. And I'll have my block available for me. You're going to begin to move into cat and cow here. I'm sure she can. Okay. So coming to hands and knees, we're going to put our hands right underneath our shoulders, spread the hands wide, make sure you have a nice wide base of support with the knees under the hips, and just begin to move into cat and cow here. And just like we talked about in the other classes, when we come through to cow, it's more of a lifting of the hips and a moving the sternum forward, keeping the low belly a little bit engaged. And as we exhale, just arching the spine up. And in this cat-cow, we're just going to really focus on the movement coming from the pelvis. So basically, you're just doing some little pelvic tilts. So inhale as the belly drops down. Exhale as you tuck the pelvis under and around the back. Letting that movement really come from the pelvis. Once again, riding the waves of the breath. Moving as if you're moving through water. And exhale. And on the next inhalation, we're actually beginning to take the pelvis in big circles. So go ahead and start moving the whole entire pelvis in big circles as if you were parallel to the floor. Excellent. You can get all of the joints of the body engaged here. So remembering the element of water in the body is the element that creates lubrication for all of our joints. So So keeping this in mind as we move through our flow, to just bring that element into all the joints of the body, creating ease of movement. And let's take it the other direction. Go ahead and inhale, exhale, come back. Feeling the tissues glide across each other with ease. Feeling the lubrication in the hips and the pelvis and the wrists, the shoulders. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. And then you're going to just come to stillness here. Reset. This is where you might want to get your blocks and have them handy. So perfect. Yeah, perfect. You can just use those blocks for support, and I'll show how you can use one block instead of two. But we're just going to take the right foot back, inhale, and then just take it out to the side for a side lunge. Perfect. From here, so a nice wide side lunge, taking the toes out. Perfect. You're just going to begin to circle the knees. So we're basically juicing up the hips by using our knee to go in big circles. Bringing your awareness to that right hip. Inhaling and exhaling at your pace. And then we're going to go in the other direction. So let's reverse that. Just feel that in the low back, and the hip, and the knee, and the ankle. Pause here. And then you're just going to take your right foot and heel toe it to the front of the mat with a nice wide stance, making room for your baby. Maybe you can take that right block to the outside of the right foot. And we're just going to move into a nice low lunge. So don't dump into the hips, but create just a little bit of heaviness in the hip. Letting the hips fall close to the earth, lifting the sternum, the heart center towards the front of the room. Nice big inhalation here. And then you're going to exhale, pull the hips back towards that left heel to half Hanumanasana, a little hamstring stretch. So let's go back and forth here, riding the waves of the breath. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping baby pulled gently into midline. Imagining that hip joint just like honey. Maybe the hamstring is just beginning to loosen and lengthen a little bit. Inhale and exhale one more time. We're going to inhale, really feel that nice lengthening of the left hip flexor. Inhale and exhale, just come to neutral. Gently walk that right foot back, coming to your hands and knees, and just wag the tail. And we're going to take it to the other side. Letting everything relax and release. And then we'll take the left foot back. So we just start with a nice lengthening of that leg, nice big inhalation, and then exhale, take it out to the side for a nice wide side lunge, left toes pointed out towards the left diagonal. And then we take our circles here. Nice big circles, feeling the juiciness in the hip and the ease of movement in the knee and the pelvis and the ankle, shoulders. Inhale and exhale, and then let's reverse that circle. And one more time. And then coming to stillness, take a breath here, and then just gently walk that foot in. So once we find our nice stable center here in this pretty wide low lunge, we're going to just let the hips be heavy as we lean forward, getting a little length in that right hip flexor. Good job. Inhale. Exhale, pull baby to center and come back to this half Hanumanasana, nice little hamstring stretch. And then moving back and forth. Once again, inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale, just riding the waves of the breath, letting go of any tension that you no longer need. And exhale. One more time, inhale. Feel that length in the right hip flexor and the psoas, gently lifting the sternum, letting the shoulders be easy and relaxed. And gently come back to neutral. Take the hands center, take the foot back. Good job. From here, we're just going to take the knees a little bit wide, and we're just going to come into child's pose. So you can use that block chandra if you want to, underneath your forehead if you feel like you need it. Just come into a comfortable, nice, wide child's pose. Okay. So from our child's pose, we're going to take a nice big breath in, and we're going to go ahead and just come up from that onto your fingertips, onto hands and knees. And you're going to tuck your toes under, knees wide, nice and wide, and basically, and I'll move this block for you, you're just going to basically walk your hands back into a nice deep Malasana squat. So lifting the knees, walking the hands back, coming into Malasana. Perfect. So as you can see, Chandra has her heels raised for Malasana. That's perfectly fine. If you can have your heels on the floor, that's perfectly fine. Breathe here and exhale. And then you can take your hands back down to the floor if you need to, but we're basically going to just lift the hips, take the hands to the thighs, and stand up. Inhale, nice big breath in, and exhale, hands to heart. Take the hands down to the sides, step the feet in, and just walk your way up to the top of the mat. So in Tadasana, we're really still going to just really have that feeling of riding the waves of the breath. So as you stand in Tadasana, let the shoulders relax. Riding the waves of the breath as if you were on a raft in the ocean, just feeling that undulation. And then you're going to just simply take the left foot and step it back into Warrior One. So nice wide base of support, like you're standing on railroad tracks as opposed to a balance beam. So maybe take your right foot a little bit out to the right. Good. Then we're just going to have our hands on our hips here. Lifting the arms up, take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, hands to heart center. Hold that, feeling the breath, nice and deep. And then we're going to begin to move up and down, and I want you to have this imagery of like maybe even like a jellyfish in the water with the breath. So we inhale from Warrior One with the right knee bent, and as we exhale, we straighten that leg. As if you could just shoot yourself up in the water and float. Inhale and exhale, floating up towards the surface. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Just inhale, riding the waves of that breath, and exhale. And now we're going to pivot to Warrior Two. Adjust your feet as necessary. Nice, strong Warrior Two. And you're just going to begin to ride the waves of the breath here, just undulating up and down with the breath, gently. Inhaling and exhaling. Imagine like you're just a little piece of seaweed in the ocean that's just gently riding the waves. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, pivot the feet to star pose. I like to call star pose actually starfish pose when we're working with sacral chakra energy. So nice, big starfish pose. Release any tension from anywhere that you don't need it to hold this pose. So you're letting go of tension while remaining strong. And then we're just going to wave the torso from side to side. So just like that imagery of having a piece of seaweed waving back and forth in the current, nice, even, smooth undulations of the upper body. Excellent. Come to center. Nice big breath in, hands to hips, pivot the feet forward, and take a nice forward fold. I'll get your block for you. So once again here, you're just going to ride the waves of the breath. Release and relax anywhere that you feel like you can let go of tension. So remember, the water energy, the sacral chakra energy, is about expressing emotion on a very raw physical level, but letting go of this desire to control everything. So that control should just come from that home, that hara of the body that allows you to move intuitively in a way that your body wants to move. So maybe one more nice big breath here in forward fold. And then we're going to just gently bend the knees, come up, come into your goddess pose. So toes are going to be out, and let's take the hands to the hips if we can. And you're just going to begin to circle the hips here. So nice, big hip circles in one direction, moving as freely in the legs as you feel like you want to. You can let the torso be involved here. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction when you're ready. So just make sure that you go in both directions. Inhaling and exhaling, nice and full and deep. And coming to stillness, still riding the waves of the breath. Pivot the feet so you're facing warrior two in this direction. So once again here, just undulating with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Maybe two more times. Nice and easy. Inhale and exhale. Take the hands to the hips. Pivot to warrior one, facing the other side of the mat. Make space for your body, for your baby here. Really noticing the grounding into the outside edge of that right heel. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, the arms come down. One more time. Inhale. And with the next exhale, we straighten the front leg. Shooting up to the surface, undulating just like a little jellyfish here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Take the hands to the hips. Pop up on that back toe and gently step your way forward. Let the hips just sway side to side here, letting the shoulders relax, feeling that element of water all throughout the body. And here in Tadasana, we're going to take the hips in a few circles with the legs a little bit closer together. So we start by taking both hips to the right, kind of feel that, and then to the left, and once again to the right, and to the left, and then come to center. Now we're going to tuck the pelvis forward, so squeezing forward. And then we take the pelvis back. Sometimes it's actually helpful to have the hands right on those hip bones so you can kind of see how that feels, the tilt and the tucking here and tilting. And then we're going to go in circles. So forward, to the right, back, to the left. And just take another circle forward, right, back, left. And now let's reverse it. So we're just going to go in the opposite direction. Nice big circles, as big as you can make them. One more time, all the way around, coming to Tadasana again. Feeling that ease of movement in the pelvis and the hips and the knees and the ankles. Relaxing the arms down. And we're going to take this right foot back into crescent pose. So in crescent pose, still nice wide base of support, both hips facing forward. Inhale the arms up, the right heel is lifted. Release the shoulders and just ride the undulations of the breath here, keeping the body as still actually as you can, but realizing that even in stillness, all the movement that's happening in the body, the blood is coursing through the veins, the digestion is working, your baby's floating and growing. Inhale and exhale. Maybe one more time. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to pivot once again to Warrior Two. So find your stance. Make it comfortable. Maybe nice wide legs with the left knee bent. So let's bend that left knee. Perfect. And now we're going to flow from Peaceful Warrior to Warrior Two while we straighten this left leg. So we're going to inhale, the left arm comes up, straighten the left leg. And exhale, Warrior Two. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale, nice and slow and easy. One more time. And exhale. Hold that Warrior Two for a moment, noticing those undulations. And then pivot once again into star pose. And instead of swaying to side here, I want you to hold the stillness in the body, but notice all the movement that's happening internally. Imagine each cell, the fluids, the liquids moving in and out. Imagine the cerebrospinal fluid bathing each nerve in the nervous system. Inhaling and exhaling, really noticing the movement within the body even when we're still. And then take the hands to the hips, pivot the feet forward, and take a nice forward fold again. In this forward fold, really notice how if you let go of holding, maybe you can invite the hamstrings to let loose their grip. Maybe you can invite the shoulders to release a little bit more. So just noticing anywhere in the body that you can let go of your control, inviting, allowing for ease and movement. And then gently from forward fold, go ahead and come up into our goddess pose again. Moving the hips here in circles again. Nice big circles. So we're allowing with each inhalation, and we're releasing tension with each exhalation. You can make these circles as slow or as fast as you want. And then come to stillness and open up, settling into your Warrior Two, bending the right knee. Once again, coming from Warrior Two to Peaceful Warrior here, straightening that right leg. Inhale and exhale. Settle. 2 more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Settle. And 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Settling. Noticing the undulations here of the breath, just riding those waves. And then take hands to hips. Gently pivot to crescent pose. Taking time to let your body settle, feel strong. So the left heel is going to be lifted. Noticing all those little joints, lubrication of the joints that allow for ease of movement here as you bend the right knee and settle in and lift the arms up. Once again, noticing all of the activity that happens when we quiet the body. The body can do its work that it needs to do. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, hands to hips, and gently step forward to Tadasana. One more time, just feeling the undulations of the breath here. Taking the hands down to the sides, closing the eyes. And cut. Okay. So standing in Tadasana, riding the waves of the breath, noticing the ease in the joints. Each inhalation allowing for expansion in the body, and each exhalation releasing tension. Letting that tension drip off you. Inhale and exhale. And then we're just going to take the hands to the hips, take the feet a little bit wide, and just kind of undulate and wiggle our way once again down to Malasana. Yeah, and just let your body do what it needs to do here. Heels lifted, toes out. Nice big breath. Inhale and exhale. And then we're just going to take a seat, if that's comfortable for you, finding your way down to the floor in a way that feels good. And before we totally set up for meditation, we're going to take the left foot into the right inner thigh, bend the right knee, and place the foot on the floor. We're going to work just a little bit more through the hip here by inhaling, going ahead and letting that knee fall out to the side. And then exhale, bring it in. So you can rock back and forth on that left sit bone if you want. Yeah, just put your left hand on the ground. Inhale and exhale. So just imagine your baby kind of rocking back and forth as you make this movement. Inhale and exhale. And then come to center. Go ahead and extend that right leg. And we're just going to take a gentle twist toward that left leg. Reach the right hand towards the right foot and lift the left arm up in the air. Inhale and undulate with the breath here. Exhale. One more time. Inhaling, waving like a little piece of seaweed. And exhale. And that felt so good. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale, float that left hand down, and we're just going to switch legs. So right foot comes in. Left foot first starts bent on the floor. Left knee bent. Perfect. And then take the right hand out to the side. And you're just going to open that left hip, inhaling. And then exhaling, close. Rocking back and forth on that right sit bone. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then go ahead and come to center, straighten that left leg. Right foot comes right into the groin. Nice, big, open shoulders here and sternum. Take a little twist to the right. Gentle. And inhale that right arm up. Left hand reaches towards the left foot. Inhale and exhale here, flowing with the breath. Couple more times. Just making it nice and easy and comfortable. And maybe one more time, allowing and releasing. Excellent. And then just come to an easy seated position. And in this easy seated position, we're going to bring our hands into a mudra. We're going to bring our hands into this mudra of the water element with the 3 fingers pointing out, and the thumb is just covering the pinky. So just let that rest on the thighs, palms up. Inhale and exhale here. Relax and release. Breathing deep into the pelvic bowl one more time. Noticing that orange light, and then just letting the breath settle. Relaxing the shoulders. And just become aware of all of the types of water in the body. Sense the blood flowing through the veins. Feel your heart beating, pumping life through your body and your baby's growing body. Feel the saliva in the mouth, the mucus in the nose. Sense the sweat glands working, the digestive juices flowing, the blood moving, the feeling of moisture in the out-breath. Notice how this element of water allows ease of movement. The synovial fluid in the joints, the cerebral spinal fluid bathing the nervous system. Digestive juices allowing for more ease of digestion. This water element is associated with ease, allowing, going with the flow, and of course getting rid of what is no longer needed through various forms of waste disposal. Sweat, exhaled air, urine. Now imagine a gentle drop of summer rain touching each body part. Feel the cool and pure water droplets against your skin. Let them gently cleanse and cool you, your body, your mind, your thoughts. Let each drop wash away any tension or worry. Feel the rising and the falling of the abdomen as you breathe, like very gentle swells on the ocean, allowing yourself to become part of this gentle swell. Easy, going with the flow of the water without any resistance. Now imagine the baby in your womb, undulating on this same ocean of breath, completely at ease and at peace. Connect to your baby's consciousness. Ask your baby, what can I do to allow the same sense of ease and joy as you enter the world? What can I do now before you are born? What can we do together during birth to flow easily and creatively through the journey? What can I do during the first few months of your life to help you adapt to life's ups and downs with acceptance and grace? Keeping that awareness on your baby's consciousness for a few more breaths. And then just settle into your breath once more, really focusing on the sensation of the breath. There is no controlling life. Try corralling a lightning bolt or containing a tornado. Dam a stream and it will create a new channel. Resist and the tide will sweep you off your feet. Allow and grace will carry you to higher ground. The only safety lies in letting it all in, the wild and the weak, fear, fantasies, failures, and success. In the choice to let go of your known way of being, the whole world is revealed to your new eyes. One more nice deep breath here, and then bringing the hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with us today. May this practice of mindfulness, this practice of peace, help us to recognize those seeds of peace within ourselves, within our babies, within the whole world. May we water these seeds of peace with careful attention, love, and awareness. Namaste. Thank you.